When I returned from our short family vacation, my suitcase was still in the hallway, but my bedroom had already been claimed. My daughter-in-law Emily had moved all my furniture, booked me a cheap motel room, and my son Ethan didn't say a word. I didn't need to. I picked up my suitcase and reminded myself. Every key, every account, every utility was still in my name. You don't lose a house to earthquakes, you lose it to quiet footsteps slowly pushing you out. The smell of burnt coffee and unfamiliar perfume hit me as I entered. Emily didn't even look up from her laptop. Ethan sat at the kitchen table, glued to his phone like a stranger waiting at a bus stop. "We need this room for the kids," Emily said flatly without emotion. "Your old bedroom is perfect for Lee's desk." I stayed calm. At 65, I had learned being loud only gives away weakness. Instead, a clear thought came to me. They had forgotten whose foundation this house was built on. I went to the motel room. It smelled of cheap pine cleaner. A small window showed passing commuter trains. They thought they had one, but I had a plan. I opened my tablet, accessed the joint account they'd been using like a personal ATM, and transferred all funds to my private account. Every cent was mine. The next morning, Emily called. Her voice, usually sharp and commanding, was panicked. "What did you do with the account? The bills didn't go through." "I simply acted like the owner of my house," I said calmly. "You said there was no room for me, so I withdrew my support." Ethan didn't speak. He had always let Emily make decisions for him. Now he realized the consequences. I called the HVAC technician we trusted for years and had him put the smart thermostat under my control. The upstairs floor would stay at 59 degrees F. Pipes safe but uncomfortable enough for the freeloaders. By the third day, I visited the house unnoticed. Leaves were scattered in the garden, the patio door open. Emily and Ethan were struggling. The heat was off. They didn't know how to manage the house without me. Thursday came. I returned home, suitcase in hand. The air was crisp, the house eerily quiet. The small space heater was the only warmth. Ethan and Emily froze when they saw me. "I'm back," I said. "My week at the motel is over." I laid down the rules, my bedroom restored immediately. Lease agreement drawn, rent to be paid to my account, utilities in their names, I won't cover overages, no furniture moved without permission, violations equals eviction. Emily tried to argue. I raised my hand. Silence. They listened because I held the keys and the power. By Friday, the house was mine again. Ethan finally realized he couldn't let his wife dictate how he treated his own mother. Emily packed and left. I sat down calm. I hadn't needed lawyers, courts, or confrontation. Boundaries and control were enough. A house needs a strong foundation, and so does respect.